How to obtain the most amount of Hourglasses in Pokemon TCG Pocket as fast as possible. So the first thing you have to do is you go to your Battle Hub, to Solo, and you complete all of those missions here that you can. Because if you look, each of those battles, they have quests. And if you complete these quests, for the first time it straight up gives you Hourglasses. But there are more quests. They give you shop tickets. And those are really important. More on that in just a second. So you go here and you complete all of those quests, every single one that you can, to obtain not only Hourglasses but also those shop tickets that I just showed you. Another thing you can do is here on the left hand bottom side you see guide, and when you click on this there are tutorial missions. Those give you some trainer cards that you can obtain, and you don't need to use shop tickets to obtain these in the shop, which helps you out a little bit as well. But the most important thing of all is that every time you level up, you obtain Hourglasses. And that's the only consistent way to obtain Hourglasses. Also there in the shop, make sure to here buy all of your Hourglasses, and here those refresh monthly. Always make sure that when these refresh, you immediately have enough shop tickets available to buy those. But now let's go and talk about the experience. You have to gain experience to level up, and that will net you Hourglasses. And that's the only consistent way to obtain these Hourglasses. You go into your Battle Hub again, you go to Versus, and you just do random matches. And every time you win a random match, you gain 15 experience. But there's a way to do this really fast and easy. You need a specific deck list for it, but now that Lapras EX is free for everyone, and everyone has at least 2 copies of it, this is a viable strategy for all of us. So let's go and talk about the deck lists and how to play. And this is it. This is the deck list that you have to do this with. And it's really easy and straightforward. There's no skill involved here. So all you do is you pray that you have the Misty in your starting hand, because since we play Articuno as our only basic Pokemon, we are always 100% guaranteed to have it in our starting hand, and all we need is the Misty, so we pray for that. If we have it, we use it and see if we flip at least 1 heads. If we don't flip 1 heads, we concede and start the next game. If we flip 1 or more heads, we just win the game right here, and our most opponents just concede here at this point. So that's a free and very fast win. And that's the whole point. You want to win as fast as possible, to obtain the experience as fast as possible, to farm Hourglasses as fast as possible. Now there's one card here in this deck to make this strategy a little bit more consistent, and that is Pokédex. So let's say we don't have the Misty in our starting hand. But what if the next card that we would draw is the Misty, In that case we would not want to surrender. And if we get the Pokédex, it simply lets us check, right? The top 3, you can look at the top 3 cards of your deck thanks to that Pokédex, and you can see if there is a Misty somewhere in the next 3 cards that we would draw. And if the answer is yes, you see on which of those 3 positions the Misty is in, and then you make your decision by yourself. Do you surrender or not? I recommend, if the Misty is not the very next card that you draw, you just concede. But that's up to you, right? How long do you want to wait for the Misty is up to you. And yeah, that's all there is to it. You're guaranteed to have Articuno EX in your hand, as it's the only Pokemon you play. You look at your starting hand, see if you have the Misty. If not, you just surrender. If you do have it, you flip, and if you don't flip at least one hand, you concede and go next. And you do this over and over and over again. And that is the fastest, most efficient way to farm experience, to level up, and get those hourglasses ready. Now remember that just in case you don't have that Articuno EX, you can also do this with Lapras EX. It's a little bit less consistent because you don't have an attack for 2 energy, but it doesn't matter. Lapras also gets the job done. It also does the 80 damage and it's unkillable, yada yada, you get it. Lapras also does the job wonderfully. Now, in case you don't have any of the trainer cards, no problem, just put in any trainer card you have, just to fill out the deck. It's all about the Articuno, the Lapras and the Misty anyways. So don't worry about that. The only card that you need to have is Misty. You need 2 Misties, that's all you need. You have enough trainer cards to slot in your deck at this point, there's no question about it. And even if you don't have that Articuno, everyone has at least 2 Lapras copies right now available to them. So everyone that plays the game can build this deck, as long as you have 2 Misties. And that's about it. I hope that was informative and a little bit fun. But until next time, take care of yourselves, have a great day, and bye bye.